Okay, so, wow. Right. Former Prime Minister Hasina Wajid. Can you believe all this news? It's been crazy keeping up with it all, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack, for sure.
I mean, her leaving like that, it's been wild, to say the least, right?
Definitely a lot of questions surrounding her departure.
Absolutely. And for this deep dive, we've got, well, it's been everywhere, this commentary piece. It's kind of funny, actually.
Yeah, they're taking a pretty lighthearted approach.
Right. But it does make you think, doesn't it? Like, what's really going on here? So let's dive in and see what we can make sense of.
Sounds good to me.
So, this commentary piece, they keep calling it a surprise vacation, which, I mean, come on.
More like an escape, if you ask me.
Right. Escape is the word I was looking for. So before we get too deep into it, can you give us a little bit of background on Hasina Wajid? Like, who is she and why is everyone so interested in her sudden departure?
Well, Hasina Wajid was a big name globally. She led her country for, over a decade.
Wow. Over a decade.
Yeah, a long time. And her time in office, well, it was a mixed bag, to be honest. There was some progress, definitely, but also a lot of controversy.
I see.
And it seems like that controversy might be why she left so suddenly. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of people calling for accountability.
Okay, yeah, I'm starting to see the bigger picture here. And that's where Interpol comes in, right?
Okay.
Like, why is this international police organization involved?
Right. So Interpol getting involved definitely raises the stakes. It means things are getting serious. And it probably means they've issued what's called a red notice.
A red notice.
Yeah, it's basically a request to law enforcement all over the world.
Oh, wow, worldwide.
Yeah, it's asking them to find and arrest Wajid. So basically, almost every country that works with Interpol is now looking for her.
Wow, so there's really no place to hide, huh?
Not really, no.
Okay, so I think I need a little more explanation here. Can you break down what extradition means? Like, how does that work in this situation?
Sure, so extradition is basically one country handing someone over to another country because that person is facing criminal charges in that other country.
So they're wanted for something.
Exactly. It's a complicated process, though. There are treaties and agreements between countries that need to be considered.
Lots of red tape, I imagine.
You could say that. And in Wajid's case, it gets even trickier because it all depends on what exactly she's being accused of, how strong the evidence is, and, the political relationships between the countries involved.
It's like a big game of chess.
Pretty much, yeah.
Got it. Okay, so the commentary we mentioned, it talked about 700 lives and families fighting for justice. I mean, that's heavy stuff, especially compared to the, light tone of the commentary.
Yeah, that contrast really hits you.
It does. What can you tell us about these accusations against Wajid, and why are these families so determined to get justice?
Well, respecting the legal process, of course, the accusations are very serious. They stem from events that happened while she was in power, a time of a lot of unrest, which tragically resulted in the loss of 700 lives.
That's heartbreaking.
It is. And these families, they believe Wajid is responsible, whether directly or indirectly.
They believe she could have prevented it.
Something like that. And they're seeking justice for their loved ones.
I can't even imagine what they're going through.
Right.
Right, so we know there's a new government in place, right? Like an interim government.
Yeah.
What are they doing about all of this?
Yeah, they're in a tough spot. They have a lot of pressure from, well, everyone, really. The international community wants answers. And of course, their own people do, too.
So they're caught in the middle.
Exactly. And they need to investigate, obviously. But they need to be thorough and transparent and, avoid any political bias.
Right, they can't appear to be taking sides or anything.
Exactly. It's a delicate balancing act, for sure.
This whole situation is just, wow.
Yeah.
It really makes you think about how complicated international justice is and how hard it is to hold powerful people accountable.
It really does. And it makes you wonder, what does this say about power, about
Right.
justice, especially in a world that's so interconnected,
It feels like such a crucial moment for Wajid's country and for the whole idea of global accountability, really.
It is. What happens next could set a precedent, for better or worse.
Wow, it's a lot to process.
It is. But these are the conversations we need to be having, right?
Absolutely. Well, this deep dive has been, intense, but also really informative. I feel like I have a much better grasp on everything now.
That's what we aim for.
And it's definitely not over yet, right? This story's going to keep unfolding.
Oh, yeah, this is just the beginning. I
People-
think we'll be hearing about this for a long time.
I think you're right. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. And remember, keep asking those questions, stay curious, and let's see where this all leads.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks again, everyone. Until next time.
Bye for now.